What's happening, people? Welcome to another stream. My camera is kind of blurry. Uh, Hope you're all doing well, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Gameweek 28 deadline stream. Hope everything is going well, and I'm very audible, and you can see me with this not so great camera, but I hope that I can make the camera look good. It's for the benefit of those who are going to be watching this back. It is 12:38, so it's 22 minutes until our Gameweek 28 deadline, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see on my title, it's Fun with Flags. It's Ofentse Fun with Flags. I've been absolutely decimated with injuries. I've been decimated with injuries in game week 27. I started off well. Oh, it actually went good, to be fair. I got 65 points, which is like a game week rank of just under 1.5 million. I take that all day long. If I got a ranking like this every game week, I believe I can be in the top 10,000. That's for sure. So it was a great week, or above average, healthy green arrow. I got Jordan Pickford with a 2-pointer there. Gabriel with a 7. Munoz, absolute legend. I've not benched him for all those hauls where he scored 14 or 13 points, I think, against Fulham. And he got an assist and a clean sheet at Old Trafford. So I got the 12 points there again. So yeah, he's just been a good buy for me. Then Ibu Kunate with the 6-pointer. So my defense came clutch for me last week. So I'm happy with that. Moving on to the midfield, I got Cole Palmer. Yeah, a lot of people I saw on social media went for Cole Palmer last minute. So yeah, they would consider themselves unlucky or lucky that Salah didn't punish them. I guess we'll know. But in hindsight, Cole Palmer had the chances and he should have gotten a healthy score as well. Mo Salah with the 12-pointer, he was my captain. The week before, I actually captained Clivett and he blanked, and Salah scored a goal and assist at the Etihad. So there was no way I was going to overlook the Egyptian king, especially after getting hit after that City match. So, yeah, for me, Salah was the captain, and I'm glad that I went for him. Semenyo with the 1-pointer. I actually benched Isak. It was not an auto sub, so like most managers. So for me, I actually benched Isak for Semenyo and I got 1 point. So yeah, and it gave me a bit of a headache because I was asking myself, is it worth benching a penalty taker whom I do not advise anybody to do so? But yeah, I went for it and I was not punished because Isak didn't pitch up. But for some managers, they had healthy first subs like Clivett coming into their teams, Mikalenko for a few. So yeah, if you had those players big up on you. Then Clivett finally with an absolute whopper against Brighton at the Amex. I think, yeah, that was a brilliant goal. Obviously, a very, very low percentage in their XG for that goal. But yeah, that's why he's their main man this season. And I think he's their leading goal scorer in the league. So I'm happy that I brought him in. Bruno Fernandes with a 10-pointer. He was my planned transfer, not last week, but in the future. So yeah, with injuries elsewhere, as you can see in my title, Final Flags, I've been decimated with injuries, as I've said. So I think Bruno will stay for the foreseeable. Short to medium term. 10 points again. That is second 10 points in a row. He got 2 assists and 2 bonus points, I think, against Ipswich. And he got the goal and 3 bonus points against Everton and against Ipswich. That's when he got the 2 assists and the 2 bonus points. Then my strikers, the FA Cup was a disaster for me. I had 2 free transfers. I obviously didn't plan on selling Cunha, even Mateta, who's blanking next week. The plan was to keep Mateta, man. So yeah, and to roll to 3 free transfers. But yeah, change of plans, you need to adapt. So I made the 2 free transfers. I actually regret the one already, but yeah, I'll take you through that once we look at my team for game week 28. Mateta, man, I've had this guy since the wild card. He's coming clutch for me. This was the money fixture, man. Home to Ipswich, scoring I think 8 goals in his last 8 or something like that. He's just been incredible. Let me just make sure that I am speaking facts. He scored 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, 8 in his last 8 with 1 assist. That's 9 returns in 8. He was, yeah, man. This was the money fixture for Jean-Philippe Mateta. So for him to go out with that horrible tackle, man. Like, yes, I didn't watch that game, but I saw the tackle, just like most of you would have seen by now. Like, that was just one of the most disgraceful tackle, man. Like, the guy, the keeper, coming off the line and trying to clear the ball, and he did kick the ball, but yeah, the follow through was starts rightly in the face or on the side of the face for Mateta, and I think he tore his ear or something like that. It's just, we must just be thankful that it's someone as big as Jean-Philippe Mateta, big boy, over 6.5, 6'5", I think. So imagine if it happened to small guys. Yeah, I don't know, and I even imagine that. For a bench that I have 15 players playing, for it to get 5 points is a disappointment, but it means that I selected the right players to start if I have 5 points on the bench. Henderson, 2 pointer. I don't know whether to play him or to play Pickford. I have a feeling that Ipswich will score. So is it good to have the double up defense? I don't know. Maybe you guys in the chat will tell me. Isak, obviously, he didn't play with a 0. Joachim Anderson, 2 pointer, and Hall, who's now out for the season. So from possibly having everyone fit and with the plan of rolling to 3 free transfers, I have had 3 injuries. They are all out for this week. Okay, 2 injuries and a red card by Cunha, who's just been like, my days, honestly, Matthias Cunha. Like, yeah. He was the money transfer for most people. I know that I had covered that, but yeah, what can we do? Thankfully, I had the transfers in hand. So this week, my team, I think, is looking pretty decent. I would be disappointed, famous last words, but I'll be disappointed if I do not get a green arrow, even if it's a small one. So, yeah. In goalkeeper, I have a dilemma as well. I don't know if I should play Henderson or Jordan Pickford because I already have Munoz. I know I should look at this in isolation, but I just don't see the Crystal Palace clean sheet. I know by halftime today I would have regretted that one. Why don't you hedge your bets and have Pickford and Munoz? I don't know. It's subject to change 14 minutes until deadline, so make those decisions and lock up your team, guys. So in defense, Gabriel, who I was actually going to bench, so maybe this is a blessing in disguise. Because to be fair, I don't see how Manchester United score a goal tomorrow. But if we, by any chance, do, it'll probably be off a set piece or off a penalty by Bruno. So hopefully, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Then Munoz, most transferred in player, you know what they or how they perform after that tag. It's a clear Munoz 1 pointer incoming today, a yellow card and 2 goals conceded. We already know, but there's no way I'm leaving him out. Hopefully, he can somehow get a goal again. Man, the guy even got a goal again against Millwall in the FA Cup. He's just a magnet. He's a magnet to the goal, and hopefully this time the ball will fall in his path so that he can get us the points there. Kunate, I think he will be benched if I'm being honest. Slot did mentioned in his press conference that he will make changes. I think they have two big games coming up before the international break on Wednesday. They have PSG and they have the cup final next Sunday, Liverpool. So I can't see Kunate playing all those minutes. I just believe he'll be benched today. Maybe if he got the red card in the Champions League, he was gonna be a show in to play. But yeah, if that's the case, I think him or Trent, but it looks like it will be a Kunate benching if you had to put a gun on my head. But yeah, Joachim Anderson will come in for me. if Konate misses that one out. So in midfield, we have Cole Palmer, vice captain. Yeah, I know a lot of people that I've seen are planning to sell Palmer next week to fund the Erling Haaland transfer. Remember that Liverpool, Aston Villa, Newcastle, and Crystal Palace are the 4 teams that are not playing in the Premier League next weekend. So if you have those players will be blanking next weekend. So it will be interesting to see. For me, so far, I have 9 playing players next week. Imagine if I have an injury or two, man. Like, hopefully everything just goes well. Even if they don't get points this week, just make sure you don't get injured or suspended. But for me, Kopama, I don't see him myself selling him. I've had him since game one. And yeah, he was up to 11.5. He's now back to 11 million. He started off at 10.5. It just shows his form has been terrible, to be fair. Then Captain Salah, we don't know if he's going to play as well. I don't want to scare people off. But yeah, if there was ever a game to rest Salah ahead of the Champions League second leg and the cup final, this would be the game. But I don't think Salah would want to be benched. This is an opportunity to get goals and yeah, be more assignable on that lead for the Golden Boot. So we'll see. We'll see. It's a pity those games are played at 5 o'clock for us South African time. So by then the deadline would have long passed or come and gone. Then Bruno Fernandes, yeah, I think people who watch me know how I feel about him, but as an FPL pick, he's been good and he's played deep, but he still found a way to get the points. So long may that continue. I don't see that continuing this week, but I've had issues elsewhere, so I just had to sell there. And then Justin Kluivert. Justin Kluivert, penalty take as well. He didn't start against Wolves in the cup quarterfinal, last 16 of the FA Cup. So he's a show in to play for me. Then my transfers are up front. Evan Nelson comes in for Matheus Cunha. Obviously, Cunha was the long-term pick. The fixtures are there. I had an option to go for Visa, which is one of a bit of my regrets because I already had the 2 Bournemouth. Maybe I'm hedging my bets too much on Bournemouth by having the 3, but I try to look at it in isolation. Would I want Evan Nelson or Visa? The reason I went for Evan Nelson is because it's not the minutes thing. Like, if you can see his minutes and they are not there, he was injured all along. He's just played 13 minutes, but he was able to play over 60 minutes in the cup. So hopefully that and score. So hopefully that yeah, he'll keep his position now. But the reason I bought him is because I don't know when I'm gonna wild card. I can wild card anytime from 30 to 35. So I looked at the short to medium term fixtures, told myself that if I am not going to wildcard anytime soon, because I might actually play my Asman chip from Gameweek 31. So I just had the plan that if that's the case, I'm not going to wildcard around that. I'd rather wildcard before that. I mean, after that. Maybe in Gameweek 35, then I'll bench boost 36 or 37, depending how my team is shaped up for then. Because the only chip I've used so far is my triple captain in 24. That's aside from the wild card in the first half of the season. So looking at these fixtures, I liked Bournemouth's fixtures more. And who knows, they can beat Man City in the quarterfinals and they have a double game week with United in 33. That would be perfect for me. So yeah, hopefully Evan Nelson comes through. Strand Larsen was the other option. Or the reason I say I regret this transfer, I already had 11 playing or 7 attacking forwards playing already with it would have been Mateta on the bench. But I just told myself, why would I keep Mateta who's not playing in 2 games and we don't know if he'll be back on the other side of the international break. So I just didn't want to take that risk. Isak is in the team. He was a bit of a doubt, but Eddie Howe was quick to fuse the flame on that. That he trained every day last week, but we don't know. We saw the pictures, and yeah, we don't know if he was training by himself or with the team. But if he finds a way to not play any minute, Semenyo will be a very handy deputy for me there. Then Chris Wood is back in the team. It was a no-brainer as soon as Cunha was out. Yeah, I haven't had him much. I've only had him for like 2 game weeks in 23 and 24. Then I sold him ahead of the hat-trick against Brighton in the 7-0 victory. So maybe the Cunha injury or red card was the blessing in disguise for me to bring back Mr. Christopher Wood. So yeah, that was a no-brainer. So I've used up my free transfer spheres. This means the only way for me to get Erling Haaland next week in the blank game week is to get a minus. I haven't taken a hit the whole season. So it'll be interesting to see if I fall under the pressure there. I know a lot of people will go for Haaland next week since Salah is not playing. So we'll see. Then my bench, Pickford. Yeah, I don't know, as I've said, whether to play him ahead of Dean Henderson. In isolation, obviously, the Forest home fixture is better. But with me owning Munoz already, is it worth doubling up on the Crystal Palace attack? Uh, Anish Davey, man. I don't know, but yeah, we'll see. Then Semenyo hasn't done jack for me, to be fair. Like he's done nothing. But yeah, I just like the Brentford fixture. Even tomorrow's fixture, I love. I know that on paper it's a difficult fixture, but Spurs, even though they've had players return from injuries, those players haven't played any minutes. So even if they come into the team, who's to say that they will be match fit and ready at the level that Bournemouth will bring to them. They also have one eye on the second leg of the Europa League in the last 16 against Isaac Alkmaar, where they lost. So yeah, I'm hoping that they'll have that one eye on that fixture, and yeah, Spurs keep on doing the Spurs things. Joachim Anderson, as I've said, he will come into the team if Kunate does not come in, because as I've shown you guys, I don't know if Kunate will play or not, because Slot did mention he's going to make changes. So I expect changes in defense. If it's not Kunate for Kwanzaa, it's Trent. It would be sensational if Trent is on the bench, comes in for a 2-minute cameo, and Kunate plays and gets the goal. Oh my days! But I think it will be the other way around. I see Trent playing, getting the goal and a clean sheet out by 60. Kunate on the bench, and yeah, another. Oh my days! Then yeah, Hall is out for the season with an injury, Lewis Hall. So yeah, just for me, man, like having 3 players out as the plan for me, as I've shown you, it was to roll again, have the 3 free transfers. Now I had to use my 2 free transfers to bring in 2 forwards. Hall next week, yeah, is another one that I will be looking to sell now. I bought him at 4.3. As you can see, my selling price is 4.6. I have 2.8 in the bank. If everything goes well and nobody's injured, I don't think I can get Erling Haaland. Obviously, I can't get him without a hit. So my plan transfer for 29 will be Vardiol, and I'll have 10 players playing. Who am I going to captain in that instance? Either Chris Wood away to Ipswich or Bruno Fernandes away to Leicester, because I'll have the triple Bournemouth at home to Brentford. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But if I can just somehow maintain my rank at least for the next 2 game weeks, then I'll have 4 chips to play in 8 game weeks, and the other weeks, remember that the assistant manager as well allows for us to play it for 3 consecutive weeks. So hopefully I can make ground there. It's 3 minutes until deadline, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think I'll make any last minute changes. So with that being the case, we can start going through the fixtures and me trying to predict, which is nearby impossible, but we'll still try to do so. The fixtures are as is. All teams are playing. At least we have good. We have games from 2:30 until 10 today. But yeah, for me, after 5 o'clock, I don't have any player there. Hence why I have that small inkling to play Jordan Pickford, man. Like, I have one, two, three, four, five. I have five players today. Five players, and my captain. So yeah, it can go good or it can be disastrous. Salah and Kunate could be benched, and Palace could concede, and Hood can blank, and that's just 7-8 points going into Sunday. That would be a disaster. But yeah, you never know. First fixture today, early kickoff. Yeah, it's just a few seconds until it's deadline. So for me, my team is made up, ladies and gentlemen. This is it. I'll show it to you once more. Yeah, I made the two free transfers. Evan Nelson. I sold Cunha for Evan Nelson. I sold Mateta for Christopher Wood. So yeah, I just didn't want to overthink it, and I could have easily just made one, which I already made on Thursday night. I think Cunha to Wood, and just kept Mateta and played Semenyo. I could have done that, but I just had a fear that what if Isak misses out? I want to have someone actually on the bench ready to come in there. So yeah, it is deadline from my side. It is 1 o'clock, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, happy green arrow. Hopefully, we can get more green arrows and we can get to our targets. It's just been a meh past 6 game weeks for me. Like, I've just been going up and down in between the 200 and the 500K mark. So, man, come on. I need something, man. I need something. Okay. Nottingham Forest versus Sete. I mean, for us that haven't had Christopher Wood, it's been a tough watch. He doesn't get a lot of chances. Like, I think Forest have created as many chances as Man United, and they are third in the league, and we are languishing in 15th. Just goes to show how clinical of a team they are. But that means that they are defending well as a team as well, because I don't know how many more they've conceded than us, or we have conceded than them. But I think it's a fair match for them to be in third place. So yeah, man, I don't know. Hopefully, Chris Wood today will actually get a goal against Sete. They've improved Man City. They won against Tottenham away with a clean sheet. So maybe that's a sign that they are turning the corner. For my sake, I hope that's not the case. But yeah, we'll see. Forest, yeah, they playing well. I think this is their push now for the Champions League. They should be pushing for that. They've played Arsenal, Liverpool at home in recent weeks. So now, after the City match, their fixtures will turn better. Okay, they have United in Gameweek 30, but I think they can get the dub there. So yeah, City, Mamouche. Maybe I will go for Mamouche instead. When I sell Isak, I don't see it. But yeah, just for the City cover, yeah, they are playing well as well. Haaland missed the Liverpool game, but came back in for the Tottenham game to score the winner. I think they played with Tokyo on the left, Mamouche on the right, and then in midfield, who did they have? I can actually check on my other side of the screen how they played. That this feels like it was years ago, even albeit it was just 10 days ago. It feels like, yeah, it was a very long time ago, because a lot happened in the FA Cup, guys. That FA Cup was a disaster. Then not only was my team knocked out, almost all my players were injured. Oh. Okay, yeah, I'm looking at the team. Oh, they actually played Doku, Mamouche, and Savinho. Jeez, that was very attacking from them. Then they played Nico Gonzalez and Kovacic as a two pivot, with a backline of Variol, Diaz, Kuzanov, and Nunes. So yeah, it's a pretty good team there. Nathan Ake is out, I think. Jack Grealish is taking a piss. Yeah, it is where City are at this point in time. I think they can get something there. It's one of those that City can revert back to their type of this season of how they played, and Forest can get the dub easily. But yeah, I think City will have the possession, and Forest will try to play counter-attacking style. So we don't know if their defense can hold off against that very rapid and clinical Forest attack. Prediction for this one, I will just go with a Desmond there, Desmond 2-2. I think that's how that game pans out. Maybe City, I mean Forest lead, then City pin them back and get the equalizer. But yeah, we'll see. That's my prediction there. Brighton versus Fulham. Brighton are on form now. One can say, right? They won against Chelsea, and then in the cup as well as in the league back to back. I think then they scored forward Southampton, and then last week they beat a good Bournemouth side 2-1 at home. Even after Bournemouth packed them back and equalized, Brighton scored in the last quarter of the game, I think. So, yeah, I didn't watch that game, but it's a very, very good result for them. Brighton fans, I see on social media that they say they don't beat Fulham a lot, but yeah, Fulham, they still have a lot to play for, but I think their eyes, just like Brighton, are in the FA Cup. So yeah, we'll see. Fulham won 2-1 against Wolves, even after making a lot of changes. Then they played us at Old Trafford. I thought they were bad, to be fair. At home, I thought they were very, very terrible. Fulham. Yeah, man. I don't know. They're not as bad a team as they showed against us, but it's us. We have that tendency of dragging every team to our level. I just think that I think we just have it, we drag them down to our level and they play as bad as we are, and it just becomes a very turgid and rubbish game. So yeah, this game I think there'll be goals in there. So I'll say 2-1 to Brighton. That will be a very, very, very big victory for them. Yo, I'm tired. I don't know why I'm yawning a lot. It's been a very long week, guys. It's been a very long week. I'm looking at the table actually to see how teams are faring in the Premier League. Uh, okay, I see Chelsea are fifth. We have, yeah, Forest 48, City 47. So if City win this game, they go above Forest. Chelsea 46, Newcastle 44, Bournemouth 43, Brighton tied with Bournemouth with 46. It's very tied up there. Even Fulham and Aston Villa 42. So from third position to 10th, it's just separated by 6 points. So there's the top five is there for anybody, man. Like it's literally there for anybody. Then okay, going down on the second page is Brentford 38, Crystal Palace 36, then Tottenham and United 33 in 13th and 14th. Very disastrous there. So yeah, prediction 2-1. Then Crystal Palace Ipswich. Oh man, Jean-Philippe Mateta. I was banking on a hat trick there, fam. And boom, kicking the flag there, fam. Like, come on. Come on, honestly. Yeah, but the Palace have been playing very, very well. They beat Fulham 2-0, remember? And they won 4-1 against Villa. They're now 12th. Yeah, they won their last two games. They're flying. Ipswich come from a loss against Man United, even after United getting a red card in the first half for Patrick Doku. Ipswich still lost to us. Surely that Palace beats them, man. I'm just mad that Mateta's not there. Yeah, prediction for that, I'll say 3-1 to Palace. Liverpool versus Southampton. Yeah, I think Liverpool will make changes there, and yeah, but they'll still win easily. But we tend to see that these games don't go as we expect them to go. You know, it's gonna be comfortable, but I don't think the scoreline will be what people think it may be. It might just be like a 2-0, I think. So 2-0 Liverpool. Then Brentford versus Aston Villa. We know that Villa are pretty tired, especially coming in from a midweek fixture away in Belgium. They all their eyes, even though they are leading by 2 goals, all their eyes will be set on the Champions League just to get an opportunity to play either Liverpool or PSG in the quarterfinals. Is just massive for them, for a team that was in the championship, I think, over 5 years ago, or just under 10 a decade ago. So yeah, it's brilliant for them. Brentford at home, full week's rest. I think they didn't even play in the FA Cup, so it's over 10 days. And yeah, this is where I think they beat West Ham in their last game. So let's see. Or they drew their last game. Yeah, but before that, they had won 2 in a row. So yeah, I expect Brentford to actually, or they drew to Everton at home, and then they had beat Leicester 4-0 and West Ham. Those were the away fixtures. Remember that they were so good at home because all their good fixtures or teams in the bottom half were played in the first half of the season. Now it's the other way around. They're better away from home, not so good at home, but I still expect them to get the dub today, just solely because Aston Villa will have priorities set elsewhere. So I'm going to say 2-0 to the Bees. Hopefully, Mbumo and Joanna Visa don't hurt me, man. Like, maybe I should have just bought Visa instead of Evan Nelson. But yeah, I just want to be different, man. I'm 300K. If I'm going to end the season on a high, I need differentials. And I know that Vesa is still a differential, but he's not as much of a differential as Evan Nelson. So hopefully. And then the 10 o'clock game, I don't think I'll be watching that. I don't think either of you will be watching that as well. The only player with quality is suspended Cunha. That's actually second uh, suspension, I think. He did get a ban, remember, for grabbing some other coaches' glasses and showing aggressive behavior. Yeah, man, his back left, his shots from that low back left is just brilliant, man. Cunha. I wish this is the type of player United can sign, but even if we do sign him, we'll more shy him from. So I just see him going to a team like Arsenal or City, man. He's brilliant. He deserves to go up. He just needs to work on his behavior. So yeah, we'll see. Everton have been good. I don't think they have actually lost a game under David Moyes. I don't think they have. Okay, they did in the cup, but in the league, have they? The thing is, I can't search through the FPL site. Remember, because the deadline has passed. But yeah, from what I'm seeing, they lost to Villa, but that was September. How is this still taking me to September? They drew their last two. They won at Palace. They drew to Liverpool. They beat Everton. They beat Brighton. They beat Tottenham. Their last loss was against Villa. I'm not sure if David Moyes was there yet, but yeah, that was like 6 or 7 games ago. So I don't see them losing as well. So I think this will be a classic 1-0 Everton smash and grab out of the Molyneux, and they're laughing their way to Goodison with 3 points. Then on Sunday, Chelsea versus Leicester, not much to discuss there. Leicester are just terrible, man. Like, they are just terrible. Leicester City, man. Like, man. Like, I remember they were playing against Brentford, and we waited for the team news as we always do here, just ahead of the first kickoff. And we just looked at the team, and I was like, oh my days, that is just terrible team. Like, they lost their last 4 games. They are bad, man. They are bad. So Chelsea should win this. I'm gonna say 4-0 to the Chelsea. Spurs versus Bournemouth. As I've said, I think Spurs are there to be got at. United should have got a goal. City did get a goal and should have got the second to beat them handsomely. I think Bournemouth can can beat them. I think they have their eyes set on midweek, so I'm gonna go with Bournemouth 2-1. Then the last fixture of the week is Man United Arsenal. Yeah, personally, this is my fixture, but yeah, I'm not feeling this one. I think we'll get a beating, to be honest. They come from a seven. Is it 7-0 or one? I don't know. They won 7 either way in the Champions League, and yeah, we just on our knees. We now have injuries. Doesn't mean those don't say a lot, because we were bad even without the injuries. So now, if you don't have Okate, Maguire, Kobe, Ahmad, obviously Alessandro, then you have Mount and Luke Shaw, who are just never there. Even in goal, man, Bondia is not there. I prefer Altai to the clown at the back, man. I'm sorry for saying this. That guy is an absolute clown, Andre Onana, man. Like, jeez. The guy, man, like, not only is he terrible at the basics of goalkeeping, like catching the ball, pairing the ball out of danger, the guy wastes time, mate, even if we are losing. He frustrates me, even if he tries to frustrate the opposition fans. The guy takes the ball, puts it down, put it down. I mean, what can the guy do? He's just terrible. For the hindsight merchants who'll be like, oh, you wanted De Gea gone now, Onana. Yes, I wanted him gone. We just made a bad decision. That doesn't justify that De Gea needed to leave, but we replace him with a rubbish player, man, in Onana. Like, all of these players are just terrible, man. I don't like neither of those players. Dalo, don't get me started on him. Oh my face. Our centre halves are so slow. Our midfield is getting run by, like, we have 88-year-olds in midfield with Bruno and Casemiro. Our taking forwards have zero. I mean, zero IQ of any decent, like, IQ of any human being, man. Like, those guys, I was surprised there's a video of Dalo looking both sides before crossing the road, because he never looks anywhere when he needs to pass the ball. We just rubbish, man. Canacho head down as well. Oh my days, these players think they are better than they actually are. But yeah, I'm not gonna rant about United anymore. Prediction: it's not gonna be as easy as people think. So I'm just gonna say 2-0 to the Arsenal. Then on Monday, it's that fixture, West Ham versus Newcastle. I think West Ham will win just solely because Newcastle are focusing on the EFL Cup final. So my prediction for that, I will say 2-1 to the Hammers. So yeah, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Quick and fired. Before I leave the stream, I'm just gonna take you through the team news for Manchester City against for Manchester City against Forest. I went to the what's this? I went to the Man City Spanish page, and now everything is written in Spanish, and I don't understand a word. I'm gonna quickly share my other page. Okay, these are the team news for Sete. Looking like it's Edison in goal, Nunez right back, Kuzanov and Diaz and Vadiola. I think that's the team that played Tottenham at the back. And it's Nico and Bernardo. So I think Bernardo comes in for Kovacic. And then up front, it looks like Foden comes in for Uma Mamouche. It's Savino and Doki on the other flanks. Then on the bench, they have Ortega, Mamouche, Kovacic, Jack Grealish, De Bruyne, Ruiz, Gundogan, Nicole Riley, and Lewis. So yeah, that's they don't have any excuses anymore. Their team is back, and Rodri looks like he'll play before the end of the season. I don't know why they want to even bother to do that. Just save him for next season, man. So unless you're gonna play him in that rubbish tournament that I'm not gonna watch in June, the Club World Cup, man. Like, these players, like, that's why we're getting ACL after ACL, making dumb trophies, man. Then am I seeing Wood? Oh, Wood is there. Wood is there. They have cells in goal. I think Murillo will be partnering Milenkovic. Then fullbacks are Ola Ainia as well as Nico Williams. Then in midfield, they have Anderson alongside Dominguez, then Morgan Gibbs White ahead of them. Then on the wingers, they have Langa and Hudson Odoi and Christopher Wood. Classic 4-2-3-1 for Nuno. I expect them okay now to give City a very, very good game. Wayne Hennessy, Morato, Sangare, Tao Owonyi, Moreno, Jota, Yates, Danilo, and Willie Polly. That's the team news for Forest, ladies and gentlemen. That is it from me. Thanks for getting to the 40-minute mark with me. Yeah, stream would be short. I'm very tired. I'm just going to relax, watch some football, and yeah, enjoy the rest of my weekend, the little we have. So, chat to you soon. Make sure you like my video, subscribe to the channel. Until next time, peace.